stop there. Just right. So now the tight leash is frustrating him. Watch this correction. Right there. Always have a little leash that you can let out, right? Sit. Right? Good. Now he's good. That's a good boy. Good boy.
Throughout this lesson, you're going to see Sonny sniffing a lot, getting checked out, and a lot of that's going to lead to confusion, whether that's prey drive or some aggression, some frustration. Just keep watching as he kind of checks out and checks back in.
He's not really that interested in him.
No, he's doing good.
Not bad at all. I saw the little woof he gave the other dog.
And you'll see that that woof ends up becoming much more meaningful later in this lesson.
Try to get his attention a little bit. I mean, without being too harsh on him. Let's see what, so he's gonna, here we go.
And here you'll see Sonny start to drag forward.
No.
Hey, Sonny, come.
And that frustration is what's going to set him off.
Good. Let's do it again. Let's see what he does.
Hey, Sonny, come here.
Okay, that's good. So let me see his reaction when he comes up to him, and then can you get Jimmy out? So he's intact, and the other one's going to be neutered. So I'm going to give you a variety of different things that might trigger him, right? So let's see what he does when he goes up there. I want to see his reaction before you correct him. I want to see this. Don't let him go all the way up. Just stop right there.
And always remember, a tight leash is not good.
Okay, so that there is a prey-driven bark, right? Like he's trying to play with him there. That's not aggression at all, okay? So just distract him from there and like let him see this dog again. Because he's not giving me any indication it's not aggression, what I've seen yet.
Now I'll end up changing my mind later in the lesson because you'll see that his frustration does trigger into aggression later.
I'll prey drive. And now this tight leash, in theory, should make it worse. Like he should become aggressive, but he's not. He's not showing me any aggression at all. So that's all prey drive. Now, depending on how you handle that, it's going to make things different, right? So what I want to focus on in today's session is how he sees this other dog, why he's reacting like this, and how we can manage it, right?
Cool.
That's what you need to really focus on is what's going on. So I want him to see this dog now, right? So just don't let him go all the way up to him. Jimmy's going to be totally neutral, so he's going to give him a different energy. Good.
And again, you'll see him on a tight leash almost the entire time here. So without a direction of where to go, he starts sniffing.
So he's not going to give him any energy, right? Good. And I want to see this bouncing between Ziggy and this dog. So that's about as close as I want you to let him get.
Also remember that any other dog at this point would turn around and give him a bark.
So he's giving a different energy to him because he's not giving him any energy, right? And that's really good. This is the kind of dog you really want him to be around, right? And this is still all puppy stuff. So you got him on a tight leash. This is normally what I wouldn't do, okay? But I just want to see what I'm getting. So he's in this place where he just wants to get to that dog. And I want to see, is he choosing between the intact male who's high energy, or is he going to go to the neutered male who's super low energy? And what's showing me, he's not looking to dominate, he's looking to engage, right? So what we need to figure out with him is how do we get his attention back to you, okay? So now he's going to go over here. Just step right there's good.
Losing the attention or the connection with the
Good.
dog is always going to be an issue.
So Ziggy's giving him energy, right? He's giving him the energy like, okay, let's do something, right? But he's able to recall him, and Jimmy's not going to give energy.
And the issue we have here is that Sonny's owner can't recall him yet. That's what we're going to work on.
So now if you say to him, what's his name?
Sonny.
Sonny. If you say his name and here, or his name and sit, or anything like that, let's see what he does.
And you'll notice here that when Sonny turns finally and comes, he goes past the owner and comes to me and starts sniffing
not bad.
again. The
Good.
problem with that is that he doesn't check in where he's supposed to check in. He's just going from one place to another.
So if you repeat something more than once, it becomes an option for him, right? It should be one command and then a reinforcement, like either a no or a correction. So let's try it. Let's do it with Jimmy because Jimmy's a little easier to call him off of.
And you'll
Right,
notice
so-
also these recalls,
No.
are real soft, and it gives the dog permission to not obey.
Has he eaten breakfast?
No.
Good, smart move. So what I want to focus on here is I don't want you to lure him away from the other dog. I want you to reward him for going away from the other dog. That's a big piece. It's a big difference in his mind. And this is mega stimulation, by the way, right? Two dogs that he can't play with. I think if he was off leash, he'd be playing, running, and doing whatever. He'd be different. But the important thing for you to remember is you don't want him running off leash and playing, because he's going to run across the street, he's going to get hit by a car, he's going to knock over a kid or something, right? So, and he's going to run across one dog that's not going to like it and it's going to attack him. Then he's going to be a horrible dog for the rest of his life. He's how old now? 4 months?
5 months.
5 months, okay. So what I want you to do is let him sniff in the direction of the dog. Then I want you to give him some information, which is going to be, Sonny, come. And the minute he doesn't do it, I want you to give him a correction.
Okay.
I just want you to say no first, and then give him a tap back. So just say it now.
Sonny, come. No.
The big problem here is that he's still young, but he's also learning at a really
Do it
young
now.
age that there's
Sonny,
no
come. No.
consequences for not coming, for not listening. And he's a strong
Okay, so
dog.
One more time.
Sonny, come. No.
Okay, so that was a correction. That was the first correction you had. You can only correct him on a loose leash, so let that go. Right?
So I'm going to try to give him a little bit firmer corrections here, a little bit firmer engagement.
So the correction I want you to do, I want it to look like this. I'm gonna let him go. Sonny, come. Nope. Come. Nope. Come. No. No. Good boy. Sit. He knows sit, right?
So I placed a physical correction on each one of the verbal no's
Right.
that you saw before.
So I'm gonna loose leash. Sonny. 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 So loose leash. Come. Good. Nope. Come. Sit. No. Sit. No. Good boy. Then when he shows me that behavior, that's when he's going to get his cookie.
Okay.
Right? So watch your body posture, because you're low. You're showing very submissive behavior to him. And he's just showing you playful behavior, right? And if he starts doing this stuff here, I'm going to just kind of knock that out by just stepping on that leash here. If he's going to start to jump,
Although there's no problem with playful behaviors. When those playful behaviors
Good.
are left unchecked, they
Okay.
can become dominant later.
just learn to start stepping here and just controlling this crazy drive, because that's what I want him to do. That's a perfect example, right? So this way, I don't want the correction to be too personal. So here, good boy, good. So here I can give him a treat, right? And we're going to put a couple things into the session at once. So he gets a treat and he knows I have the treat, for example, here. Hey, if this video is exciting to you and you like it, subscribe to this channel. There's more videos like this being updated all the time, and you're going to love it, and your dog is going to love it, and your dog is going to love you for doing it. Right? This is kind of teasing him. Good. And he's going to learn that by sitting still, he's going to get the treat, right?
So there's always a reward for doing the
You know
right
he's not
thing
jumping.
and a consequence for doing the wrong thing.
Then
Real
I give him a
simple.
treat. Just prevent mistakes as opposed to correcting mistakes. That's a big piece. So have this here. You're going to let him go. I'll help you with the where to correct him. But let him get to the end of that line. I'll do it one more time here. Right? Here's where I'm going to correct him. Sonny, no. Come. Much easier, right? Hey, atta boy. Sonny, sit. Ready to step on it? Good. See how much easier?
Yeah.
Compliance is done now.
And that was the first time he really checked back
Don't get
in.
upset. Don't raise your voice.
Okay.
Just be totally chill.
Cool. So say the command once, and then if he doesn't do it,
No.
correct more than once?
Yeah, you can correct as many times as you want, but say the word no before you correct. Right? Loop that around your wrist so you don't let go. Right? And now, when he looks at the dog, just say his name and come.
Come.
Stand straight.
No.
Stand straight. Good. Don't move.
No.
There you go. Good.
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 Come. Sit.
Excellent. Much
Good.
different, right? Step on that leash. Right? That's going to, again, it's all about preventing failure, not correcting it. We're going to have to correct a lot of failure,
Yeah.
but if we can prevent it, so much better for your dog's mind.
Okay.
He's just really excited, right? He's an excited dog, and that's what you're dealing with. You got a high drive puppy, Okay, back over.
Sonny, come. No.
Excellent. Good.
Come.
Yep.
Good.
Good. Good. That's much better. Okay, let's go towards Ziggy. Your energy's better, right?
Okay.
But don't do all this bending over and explain. He knows what you need.
The word no with a follow-up correction can be repeated as many times until the dog starts to understand.
No.
There you go. No. Good. Right?
Sonny, come.
And then tell him what you want him to do after that, right? To sit or down.
Okay. Sonny, come. Good.
So if he starts blowing you off like that, this is totally normal. All I want you to do is move in a different direction. So if I say to the dog, Sonny, right? In other words, here, I'm going to let him go. Sonny, come. Nope. And he starts blowing me off, then I start going in a different direction. I start making this kind of thing happen, right?
Okay.
See what he did? He figured, okay, I caught him. But he's got to catch me. If you keep standing there and trying to, you're reeling him in.
Right.
If he was a fish, that would work great. But he's not a fish. So for him, he's got to see here. Sonny, come. Good. Boy, no correction at all on that one. Hey, now the camera's distracting him. Good. Sonny, sit. There you go. First time, zero correction, just verbals now. Because he's learned from the physical implications what I want. And for that, he's going to get a cookie, right? Never, ever, ever lure a dog away from a predatory behavior, which is play, right, with food or toy. He must comply. It's a reward, not a lure. Big difference. Hey, if you like this video, check out my website, robertcabral.com, for all the best online dog training available anywhere.